Your latest news update from Western Mass News.
I'm Chris Pisano with a look at your headlines. Today's opening day for the Big E, and thousands of fairgoers spent their day visiting different vendors and enjoying all the attractions. Attendees tell Western Mass News they're feeling a huge sigh of relief, seeing a close to normal atmosphere with relaxed COVID-19 restrictions. The fair will run through October 2nd. The Baker-Polito administration has announced its plan to return excess tax revenue to Massachusetts residents. Those who are eligible for a refund will automatically receive it as a check through the mail or direct deposit, with distributions expected to begin in November. To be eligible, taxpayers must have filed a 2021 state tax return on or before October 17th of this year. And after migrants were flown in from Florida to Martha's Vineyard, the mayor of Northampton and town manager of Amherst received multiple calls from someone claiming to be from Texas Governor Greg Abbott's office. They stated buses were on the way to Amherst and Northampton containing individuals described as migrants. However, after an investigation, it was determined to all be a hoax.
I'm meteorologist Jana Brown with a check of your forecast. We'll keep mostly clear skies as we continue into this evening, and then a few scatter clouds will come in overnight. Temperatures maybe not quite as chilly as this morning when we dropped down to about 40, but middle 40s I think is still pretty likely. So it will be a chilly start to your Saturday. Saturday is looking good. We will have more cloud cover around though, but breaks of sunshine expected and temperatures return to the lower 70s with light breezes shifting out of the south. Now that south flow is going to start to bring up humidity gradually Saturday night. We're going to feel it more on Sunday as a warm front swings to our north, and there's a low risk for a shower. Higher humidity on Sunday as well, and that will all continue into early next week with rain looking most likely on Monday. Temperatures around 73 again for Saturday. Sunday we're partly cloudy to mostly sunny, humid and warm, highs in the low to mid 80s, and we're back to the upper 70s Monday with likely rain.
Stay with Western Mass News on air, online, and on our app throughout the day for breaking news, weather, and exclusive content.